Okay, so I wanted to make a video for a viewer that was asking about meditating in the dark and connecting with the universe and all that stuff. And I think that that's great. I really do. I mean, it's an ancient held practice to go within and to view reality as a screen with which the witness is in sort of a communion or a communication with. The witness being yourself. Now, we get caught up with the screen, right? To the point that we lose sight of the witness itself. So if we could turn that focus around and witness the witness, then what we do is we have the chance of being pulled into that, and then we go from the finite self to the infinite self, and you have a chance at experiencing something like a supernova of being, where the expanse of the being transcends the body. The body is more of a chariot. It is not your true self. It is a lover of the soul. The soul and the body are wed together in this experience of life, but they are two separate things. So take good care of your body and yourself. This is your beloved other half, right? And one day you will have to depart from it, and that's sad, but you will carry on with what wisdom you have acquired. Now, like I said, if you can turn the witness around to see itself, you have a chance at experiencing that expansive consciousness. I don't want to imply that that's the only, like, that you need this supernova type of effect for you to get the point. I think that you can very calmly and casually understand your connection to all things, but it is cool that you can experience this true connection with all things. I have had that experience. I did not induce it through meditation. It was given to me in a dream. It was a very strange dream. I was in a cloud realm, and there was a friend there with me, and he looked, it was me, the sun above, and my friend, and he looked at me with like tears in his eyes, and he said, "You are the one." And I was like, "What?" And I started being pulled up into the sky, and I was pulled up into the light of the sun. And whenever I was pulled into the sun, my being expanded to the whole cosmos. I felt this supernova take place within me, and it was absolutely unbelievable and exhilarating. In that experience, you see that you are both good and evil, light and dark, truth and falsehood, right? Wisdom and ignorance. You're all these things, and so it naturally makes you empathic. It naturally allows you to see, to turn the other cheek. It makes you see yourself in all of nature and in all of the universe. And you no longer feel attached to one particular story, so you're no longer plagued by the outcome of the one story. You understand that you're, a part of a bigger process. And so I woke up from that, and I was absolutely stunned, and but I didn't know what to do, and so no one else was there, and so I just I just shook it off, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Went back to sleep, went back into the same cloud realm immediately. And at that point, it was me and the sun in this cloud realm, and the sun was like, telepathically was like, now it's your turn. And so I began running through this cloud realm, and it took off. And then I could pull in the memory of that supernova and channel it within me, and suddenly, boom, back to the expanse of the cosmos. I woke up after that absolutely stunned and not sure what to make of all of this experience. It shook me for a while. Had I just communicated with God? What is the meaning of this? Why did I have this experience? So I didn't know how to interpret it for a long time until, and I mostly have moved on. It's shaped me, since that time, to seek to understand more about spirituality and truth and God and all these things. And recently I found a book, Silence of the Heart by Robert Adams. And at the very beginning of the book, he talks about his own spontaneous enlightenment. And it was a description of exactly what happened in those dreams. So then I was like, this is what awakening feels like. So I had experienced that. And interestingly enough, at that time, I had written a song called Awakening. And all of my music has been dedicated to trying to awaken the world, to bring fire and light and inspiration to help people on our arduous journey through all of our karmic debt that we have accrued through ignorance over many lifetimes. So anyways, my point is simply this: that is what can happen, if I understand correctly, through meditation. I don't think it's necessary. I think that type of enlightenment or that type of awakening happens to us individually in our own way as we need. It may have nothing to do with what I just described, but that's how I believe it happened to me, and apparently it's happened to other quote-unquote enlightened masters of the past. But I also wanted to give I have another technique, but you know what? I've already discussed enough here, and so maybe we will make a different video about that coming up. But there's definitely more I want to talk about as far as the power that's sort of hidden within us, because we are far more powerful than we realize. We are awake, we are attached to the body, but there's a whole other aspect of us that goes to sleep. It's not attached to the body. It's something different. So that's foreshadowing, and I'll share that with y'all coming up. I hope everybody is doing well. I love you all, and I will see you around.